was 6.2 kilometers at 36 minutes, so a 5:44 minute per kilometer pace. I have run faster than that in the past, not with a backpack on before, but you might be wondering the reason behind a weird run commute with a backpack to get to work. And there's two reasons for it. Reason number one is one of my better non-reasons that I've ever been able to share with you before. And it does happen to have everything to do with bicycles. Which makes sense because that's kind of the thing I talk about the most here, and that's our common ground here. See, this past Friday, some friends of mine, Joel and Nicole, who shot the last vlog, we all went out for pizza and we walked. So my bike was still here. So because this was still here, and I really, really hate when I've got more than one bike here, even though that one's here too, I needed a way to get here today that didn't involve bringing another bike because I wanted to take this home. That's a pretty unsolid excuse as to why I decided to run to work today, but I wanted to share it. Excuse number two is significantly better and bears more explanation. This Saturday, I had jokingly in the morning said to Angela, want to do the Blue Nose Marathon with me? So 42.2 kilometers of running. And she, without a beat, said, yeah, I guess I'll do that with you. Understand, I kind of thought that she would say no and that she wouldn't call my bluff, but she did, so I didn't want her to know that I was sort of bluffing a little bit. So I immediately registered us for that marathon. Now we're registered and I want to do well. Now, I've been talking about doing a marathon for a while because I've now run 2 half marathons without there being an actual event, and I don't necessarily need any sort of goal or extra motivation to do any sort of extra running, but it helps. In fact, I sort of encourage it if that's something that you need to do to give yourself the motivation to go out and run, ride, or do anything that you want to achieve. If you got to put something out there in front of you as a goal to reach so that you'll do the things that you say you want to do, then do them. So that's the reason why I ran to work today on top of not wanting to have an extra bike here. The marathon's not until May, so really a training program doesn't exactly start until January based on what we have set up so far. But both of our goals is to do well, so we're starting pretty early. I run a fair amount, mostly to do better at cyclocross, and that's kind of my end goal here, is to do well in a marathon setting, but with a further goal of doing better in bike racing, cyclocross to be specific. Hers, well, I think it probably has everything to do with proving me wrong and making fun of me for signing her up for something that I thought she wouldn't want to do. I love that. Now, I have a pretty ridiculously high and unbelievably blind confidence in myself when it comes to anything that I decide to kind of just jump into head first. This vlog is a good example of that. Any bicycling event that I've ever taken part of, really any physical activity that I could possibly think of, I go into with this thought that I am unbeatable, that nothing can go wrong. And really my track record says the complete opposite. The beauty of a running race, I'm thinking, is nothing can go wrong other than me collapsing, not being ready, or trying way too hard at the start and blowing up. I hope that doesn't happen, and that's why I'm starting this training, this beginning of running so early. And initially I was kind of wondering where I was going to actually find the time to really do everything that these training plans say. A lot of them want you to run like 6 days a week, upwards of 6 to 10 kilometers per day with a really long run on Sundays. You know, I was kind of worried about like where I was going to find the time, or the time to efficiently fit the amount of running they want me to do into my schedule. Not that my schedule is super packed anyway, but I want it to work somewhat seamlessly and effortlessly. That's the only way that I do things. If it's too hard, I'll give up on it. So I think I figured out a way that it will work the best. I'm sure I can supplement some of that stuff with bike riding, and some of it will be supplemented by the rest of the cyclocross races in the year. But I came up with a plan purely from today that seemed to work relatively well, that'll have me run more often. And that'll go a little something like bike in the morning, run home at night, run in the morning, bike home at night, and kind of follow that as I see fit. So I'm guaranteed some sort of 6.2 kilometer run during the week, and then on the weekend do the long runs. And then add and take away as my body tells me to. So the volume is not the issue. I think what I need to worry about probably the most is the thing that I've not worried about my entire life, and that's nutrition. Because I'm pretty far from the best eater in the world. My whole life I have either ridden BMX, played some sort of organized sport, or done some running. And because of that, I've been able to eat anything I could possibly want at any given time without any sort of weight gain repercussions. And sometimes I sort of take that for granted, but I think that if I actually took the things I eat a little more seriously, I could probably be significantly more fit. I'd be willing to bet that if I can take the things I eat and this training that I want to do even half seriously, I'll be a significantly better athlete at the end of it than I am right now. Because right now I can't really call myself an athlete. I don't put in the effort. Because I want to be better at the things that I really like. If eating better, like for example not eating an entire pizza to myself, not eating as many hot dogs as I can in one sitting, and not eating an entire bag of chips on my own. If I can stop doing that stuff, I think that's a step in the right direction. I think it's worth noting that if you're not really crazy about running, or you could really care less, there's probably going to be a fair amount of running in the vlog. Also, don't take this as me saying there will be less cycling related stuff in the vlog as well. In fact, there'll be the same amount, maybe more. It's just that there'll be some running now. Or more running. Since when did you become this lazy?